Hey everybody, it's your girl Chrysalis B, and thank you so much for stopping back to see another one of my videos. This one I fast forwarded because it was taking far too long, but I want you to know that this is a style that I did based on MahoganyKnots video number 36, where she did a box twist. She sectioned the hair into 4 sections and used the gel to smooth it out and detangle, and so I'm just here wrestling with that brush and detangling and smoothing out the back of my head and twisting it up. So first is the detangling, and then with the boar brush to smooth it after putting the gel in. MahoganyKnots uses Eco Styler gel, but for me, the icy olive oil gel works really good for my hair. My hair doesn't care for gel, but this product works really good. And with the different products that I put in my hair as well, the icy gel works really great. So flat twisted the top, flat twisted all of it going up toward the top of my head, and then using the hairpins, not bobby pins, but the hairpins to hold it. And as a tip from MahoganyKnots, make sure you feel free to use more pins than you need. One of the products that I'm using, there was a flash there, and here comes another flash of another Shea Moisture product, and I will be doing product reviews on those. But getting back to the tip, that's my water bottle with my oils and other stuff in there, but that's in a previous video. But back to the tip, as you set the flat twists, make sure that more is more, because if you have more pins in the morning after it's set, then you can just take them out. But it's better to have more in to make sure that your twists are set than not have enough and look a little wackadoodle in the morning. So here I'm attempting to flat twist the second section, but what's important with these flat twists is that at the very top you want them to wind up being near each other. So I'm taking it down and doing it over because I want the very tip of it at where they connect, if you will, to be as close to each other as possible and not kind of all over the place. So once that's in, I'm putting in the hairpins. And this is kind of funky narrating what I'm watching in fast forward, but putting in the hairpins, and I wound up just twirling the tips of my ends around my fingers, and now we're to the third section. Yay! So putting in my Shea Moisture products, both 1 and 2, and then gonna hit it with some water and oils. Detangling. I really can make some funny faces, y'all. And had a question about my edges, like near my ears. I struggle with, like, I don't know, do I cut them? Do I let them grow and just put them into a style? Right now, my edges are a problem for me. So anyone with tips on how to keep the edges trimmed and maintained and not looking bushy, I wholeheartedly receive your feedback. So have putting in my gel, twisting, struggling with twisting this side up. I was trying to do it in the camera and realized I really needed to look in the mirror to see what I was doing. Maybe it was because it was late at night. So got the third section twisted, putting in the happy to have the third section twisted, and have decided that for the very top I would be doing a 2-strand twist coming down, opposed to what MahoganyKnots did, which was individual 2-strand twists. So that is, and I don't know if I put that in the video or not. Sorry, phone ringing. Hello? Hey. No. Making a video. That's okay. Bye. Okay, y'all, and I am so very sorry for my ghetto video editing and having you all hear my phone call. I just turned the ringer off and just want to keep going because I want to get this video done before I leave to the movies, and my sweetie's on the way home, and if I'm not ready, yeah, I'm going to hear it. So, less about that. What I was actually doing here was playing around with the top, the ends of it after I flat twisted it up, because I wasn't sure if I should two-strand twist it or just twirl it around my fingers. And what I actually decided to do was experiment with it. So 2 of the 3 sections I twirled, and 1 of the 3 sections I two-strand twisted. At the end of the day, you will see what I did, and it didn't matter either way. So for the very front of my head, what MahoganyKnots recommended was to not use gel in that section, and she used a different product that I don't necessarily have, but I used the Stretch Silkening Cream by Miss Jessie's. Basically wanted the top to be shiny and have a little bit of hold, and I used the Stretch Silkening Cream hoping that because my hair is so spongy, that after I two-strand twisted it, or did 2-strand flat twists, that I would be able to retain some length. So here I am again spraying my Shea Moisture products in it to give it some nutrients and oil, and we'll be hitting it with some water, and decided before I do my 2-strand flat twist. Now, MahoganyKnots chose to do 2-strand individual twists, and I mean she and I have very different textures of hair, and what I've learned having thin, fine hair is that when I do the 2-strand flat twists, it always winds up looking thicker than it does if I attempt to do a twist out using the individual twist. So it's important to know your hair and what works best for your hair, and that's why I've chosen what I've chosen. Where I'm walking off to right now, I don't know. Okay, but I'm back. Oh, olive oil to seal the ends, which is really important because my ends can get really, really dry, and especially when using products and doing like two-strand twists or flat twists or even cornrows, it's really important that whatever product, shea butter, whatever you're using on your hair, that you seal your ends with some type of oil, and in my case I chose olive oil. So I've decided I'm parting it off to do my flat twist, doing a quick detangle, and bada bing, bada boom, here we go. Flat twisting it on down, and I know you all have seen flat twists 1,000 times, but here's Chrysalis's me, flat twisting yet again for your viewing enjoyment, or hopefully educational support. So have gotten to the ends, and I'm pouring the olive oil into the top of it, and actually I'm talking about sealing it. Yeah, so getting to the ends, putting the olive oil on the ends as I seal, and there you go. And half delirious from sleep deprivation at that moment. And all of that whiteness gone in the morning when it dries. So yeah. And another tip that I learned, and I wish that I had made a note of who said it, but when doing flat twists or any type of twist, it's important that as you get toward the end that you not take hair, so you have your 2 sections of hair, and if one section is thicker than the other, that you not take hair from the thicker section to add to the thinner section so that you can complete the twist. because it can make frizzies. So just a little FYI, not sure if that's a fable or not, but it's worked since I've tried the technique, so sharing it, passing it on to each of you, and hopefully you'll find it useful as well. And I wanted to do the flat twist fairly, not thick but not thin, because thin makes it look afro-y, and I lose a lot of length. So, and there I go, I'm attempting to explain how you don't create the frizz by taking one section and adding it to another section there. But I really wanted to make sure that, and I'm sealing my ends, really wanted to make sure that my twists weren't too thick but not too thin. And I struggle, being someone with fine and thin hair, on how to set styles so that, one, I don't have a lot of scalp showing, and two, my curl pattern is of a consistency that's fairly loose while still being formed and set that works. So I'm attempting to lay this out so that once I take the flat twist out in the morning, I'll be good to go. And what I'm talking about right now, who knows? But there you go, the third flat twist. And if you see from Miss MahoganyKnots video, which I very strongly encourage you to check out, her process, even the form of how she set her hair is significantly different than mine, but based on, again, the differences in the shapes of our heads and our own preferences and hair types, this is just a modification of her creations that I like, and it's worked a lot for me. It's Sunday. I'm still wearing it. I need to do my hair when I get back from the movies tonight. But it's worked really, really well. So there you go. And shortly I will be wrapping up the final flat twists. And actually, once done, tied a satin scarf around my head and then put my bonnet on. I tied the scarf on underneath. The flat twists at the top were laying on top of it, but underneath the bonnet, because I really wanted to make sure that the sides and the back were set. So that's how I took care of the maintenance overnight. And the next section the next video you will see will be the finished product the following day. So thanks so much for watching and listening. Please leave your comments, questions, and talk to you soon.